And please die. Thank you. Full metal jacket ammo, anything else? I don't see, but I can't just highlight all the items. Rocks, a large pile of rocks, they look indigenous to this region. So cave in. This isn't a good way to start combat, just walking into enemies, but since these are just cave rats, I don't care. Usually, if you want to combat, you want to start it at a distance, so they'll waste all their initial turn and their points to move towards you. If you have a good initiative or sequence or whatever it's called, you might even get 2 turns in a row, because in the first turn both of you get to go, in the second turn both of you get to go, but because he started the combat, he naturally moves first, but your movement is still comes in the first turn. But when the new turn starts, we'll be taking our turn in sequence. If I have a faster sequence and he started the combat, it's him, me, and then next turn it's me, him. So he'll starts the combat, waste his action points, and then I'll get 2 turns in a row to pummel on him before he gets to do anything again. So yeah, this is why I don't want to reduce perception too low, because it can be quite useful against many enemies. And it's also why I want it to be above average, because I think average is actually a pretty common value what everyone has. It's called average for a reason. So I want average and +1. I'm not really interested in I'll take both. I want the extra rope, because it's incredibly annoying to. So this isn't very good armor. We got 8 increased armor class and resistance percentages, but all the first row numbers are zeros. That's the damage threshold. So this doesn't mitigate damage by points directly, but after that it reduces normal damage by 20 points, laser by 20 more percentage. So everything will do damage for us, and a lot of it, most of it. What's really good is the threshold, because that will make us immune to minor enemies. And on things like fire, plasma, explosions, it doesn't matter so much, at least not small values, because those weapons are extremely powerful, so we won't encounter enemies that do 1 or 4 points fire damage or plasma or laser or explosion. They'll do tens or even hundreds of points of damage, so the percentage is much important there. Normal is good to have a threshold. I'm not 100% certain about this, but I think for burst fire it has a damage value, but it fires several bullets, so I think it's damage per bullet. And so if you have a high threshold, it's especially good against burst fire, unless it's a critical damage hits that do insane damage no matter what your armor is. So I'm guessing they either bypass the damage mitigations, at least the threshold. But again, I'm not that familiar with the exact mechanics of this game. So I wouldn't take my word for it. And there doesn't seem to be any lockers here, so I'm not too interested in killing every enemy in the level. I'll try to continue. Yeah, I think we need the second rope already. Yeah. So ropes are good. I'm not sure if we need more of them, but since we have a lot of weight, I think I'll have at least one rope, carrying one rope at least at all times. Anything in, yeah, ammo, I'll go for the ammo. I don't care about the ammo itself, but it's a trade item. Okay, we probably have all of them attacking us, so I'll try to move to a more defensible location. And I'm assuming the bigger creature does more damage, so I'll prioritize him. The reason I moved away instead of staying there was because even staying there would have the extra action points would have raised our armor class by 1, but because this is again a turn-based system, so and every attack costs a certain amount of action points, it might be that some enemies can like attack 2 times if they don't have to move, but only can attack once if they have moved a little, and none if they move a lot. So that's why I moved a little, just in case that creature had the ability to attack once without moving. So even though the extra AC helps, the possible lack of reducing the number of incoming attacks by 1 is a much greater benefit to me. So I'll attack from this position. Yeah, because I was hoping he would get killed, then move a little bit further, so he likely can move to me, but not enough to attack after moving. Yeah, and we definitely need to increase our unarmed skill. Even here it's not 95% anymore, so 100 just isn't good enough. I think the armor class is directly reduced from your to hit chance, so heavily armored targets will be much harder to hit anyway, so the 100 will never do. I thought it might be enough for the early part of the game. Clearly it isn't, since even big rats can take a reduction. So we need at least 10 more % in unarmed before I'm... yeah, grenades, thank you, really thank you. Getting those grenades justified taking more throwing skills at this early, and now we have a potential means to encountering large group of enemies, even enemies with weapons, because we can sort of go like in this doorway or let them mass somewhere and then just throw a grenade at them. So even if it doesn't kill them, it'll make beating them to death much easier with the unarmed weapons. And submachine gun and more ammo. We won't be using them, but submachine gun is pretty valuable barter item. We should be able to get quite decent amount of stuff with our current barter items. We got several weapons and a lot of ammo. Okay, we had a text. You are unable to determine what the command and the control center. That you are able to determine that the command and the control center is definitely buried under even more rock. We'll have to look for the water chip elsewhere. So it wasn't just, this place wasn't just looted, it's caved in. So we can't even access the areas where the water chip potentially could be. So definitely, is that some kind of... Yeah, crowbar. It looks like a police baton. The eye can't look like. Especially designed to exert leverage. I wonder, is it actually used like that in the game, or is it just another melee weapon? I don't see anything. Okay, there's more rat. I need to see there. I want to see if there are any lockers there. I'm gonna pull back so I don't get more creatures involved in this fight. Okay, we want to wait one turn. Yeah, let's get greater mole rat. Okay. Not doing that much damage to it. So we'll try it for an aim shot to the head. It did a bit more damage, but not really that great. Again, a bit more damage. Ah, he died. Well, it was a bit easier than I thought.